Hello everyone, it's Kay here, and I'm here again to share a project with you. Again, I have been totally inspired by the very lovely Artymaze yet again. I mean, the lady is prolific and her videos are not only instructive, they're also extremely inspirational, and I had an occasion to watch one of her recent videos today and just had to get up, shake myself and do it. And it's as simple as that. I mean, when you're grabbed by something, you're grabbed by it, aren't you? And I just thought, now I've got to have a go at this. I will leave links to Andrea's video underneath the this video, and in front of me is one of the components to make the aforementioned project, and all it is some linen that threads that sheds so easily. It's not a jute. I got it in the works a long time ago, and I think it amounted to what they termed a fat quarter. So you've got this plain side, and then these little hearts are just painted on. But I needed something that would fray and also something that would accept glue quite readily. And so I had to then go along and cut it into strips and get on with what it is I wanted to share with you. And you might be thinking, well, gosh, that's a big bit of material, you know. It's I don't know what on earth she would want to do with that. And if I tell you it is a slimline journal, you might sigh and think, ah yes, they're currently becoming quite popular. And I just had to, having, as I say, watched Artymaze's video this morning, give it a go. And I can't tell you, it's been such a joy to work on. This is what it looks like in all its glory. Oh, get it up the right way, Kay. When it is completed. Now, one of these was sent to Andrea, who is Artymaze, and she was so taken with it and inspired with it, she decided she wanted to have a go, and having made one, then went on to do a video to show everyone else how to do it. And it is just so lovely. If I start with it as it's bound here, you can see it's got 3 little seams. These seams have been inked, but that is actually what the material is all about, to make these lovely slender journals. On the front here I've got a couple of clusters, and it's just circle punches, flowers, a little cluster down here that has been stitched. I've sewn all around each of the panels with my machine and glued it to keep it all very sturdy. I've inked this ribbon just to change the whiteness. It was very white and I needed to tone it down a bit. And then up in the corner here where the grommet is, I've just made a tiny little dangle out of scraps, including the paper, a little bit of corrugated card, and this tiny little metal filigree here, and a little bead from something that I cannibalised a little while ago. But all in all, it's very fetching altogether. The writing there, if you can't make it out, I wouldn't be surprised, is Be Bright. And I have used a little bit of Stickles glitter glue just to, you know, bring it into sharper focus as a main component on the front of the journal. The back is blue. I've got this little tag affair here with a little bird on it. A little cluster down here which is strictly glued on, another little bit of flower, and then this little cluster of flowers with the flat back bling on it, as I'm sure you can see, and that is then the front and the back. Everything else in between is really rather lovely. and I will open it up. I've used papers here from Antique Paperie and from I think Artymaze, but you open up your journal and this is how it looks when it's, I think I need to widen out without giving away all the rubbish on my on my desk. Excuse my phone, by the way. But this is it. You have 6 panels and you make the panels up in whichever way suits you. All I've done is used craft card and designer paper and then matted and layered it and stitched around it to form the base. I've got a tiny little corner tuck spot here with some little bits like a tag, a double cutout here, a die cut and a ticket, and they just sit in there really nicely. You do have to be mindful of size all the way through it, because clearly not only do you want things that aren't two-dimensional, you also want things that you know you can add to the page without it overcrowding or looking as though it's not meant to be there. So I hope I have achieved that with my endeavours today. This is the front cover, this is the black back cover, and then these are 4 other, I'm calling them panels because that's exactly what they amount to. And I have literally just used different pieces, different components, bits and bobs of lace, and that's a Kaisercraft butterfly there, a punched bird or a die bird, some of the jute string down here if I bring it up for you to see. I have chosen D.S.P with small pattern on it, nothing large. I wanted it to all look as though it was meant to be put together, and I think anything larger would just have spoiled the overall look of the panels, which are roughly 6 or 7 inches by 2 3/4, and then when you turn it over, these central bits are the bits that allow the concertina, and this is the material again which has been glued and stuck down to form the spines of each of the concertina folds. So the only 2 pages that are decorated are the 2 covers of the journal, so that once you fold them up, which way do I do it again? Once you concertina fold it, all of that is lost in the fold, whether you wanted to use it as a flat layout, whether you just want to use it as a little book to run through, but it is, as you can see, very, very fluid, and I just love the concept. I think it is absolutely adorable. You are able to, clearly, to put on it whatever you like. If you wanted to decorate these panels at the back as well, then clearly you could, but you do need that concertina effect to be there and free flowing. So I hope you'll go across to Artymaze, take a little look at what she's done with it, because it truly is such a wonderful project to have a little go at. Again, it's a scraps magnet. You can utilise a lot of things that you've got left over from other projects with good effect, and you know, just play and come up with something different every time, because clearly, depending on what papers you use, what components you use, this will always come out in a different way. But it folds up nicely. You could put it in an envelope if you so desired, one made of card and so on, and just posted out as is. The little tag there is purely for something to hold on to if you need to as you open it out, or keep that as your marker for what is the back page or the back cover. It's up to you entirely. I just thought that it looked okay amongst all the other bits and pieces that I'd put together, and you know, I really will quite seriously look forward to making more of these. I think they're absolutely adorable. Just a nice little bit of happy mail, or something that you could start a collection of and keep it in you know, the cello sleeves, and form a folder with it. Just absolutely brilliant, and I have so enjoyed working on this today. You know, it really is one of those projects that you can lose yourself in entirely. So I hope I've inspired again through people that have inspired me. I hope once more that you go on to give it a little try and put your own slant on it, because I guarantee there will be no two slimline journals that are identical. It just can't be in the law of averages. So enjoy, everyone. Happy crafting. Thank you as always for sharing this time with me. It's always hugely appreciated, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.